Alright, in this video I'm going to talk about how you can find the bounded area between two curves using Nspirrree. So in this example we're given two curves and we want to find the area between them. I'm going to first introduce the classic approach and then introduce the Nspirrree approach. So in the classic approach, as usual we have those two functions defined above. We normally graph those two functions out and we find their points of intersections and then we integrate between them. And so we first have to graph them out. We go to the graphing page. Just so you guys know, this is like in the same document. So if I try to call f of x here, it's the same as what we define here. So let me go ahead and graph out f of x and g of x. Now basically we want this point here and this point here. So we find that by pressing menu, and it is not working on my computer, but on your physical calculator, you would be able to press this button. Yeah, in my computer is here. So we go to menu and then analyze graph, and here's an intersection function. So we use this to find the first intersection. We repeat the same process, and we find this second intersection. Alright, so now we have those two intersection points. Basically what's left for us to do is to integrate from this lower bound, which is 1, to this upper bound, which is 4.43. And f of x is above and g of x is below. So f of x minus g of x. G of x. Yeah, that's it. That's our answer. Something that's bad about this method, apart from it being inefficient, is that, well, maybe on the test that you'll be asked to provide more digits than this, maybe 4 or 6, but you can see, like in this case, we can't move our cursor to the right anymore. That's all we have. Well, a bad workaround would be to go into settings and you can change the number of the digits you want to display. For example, you can change it to 12, and now you have lots of digits after it. But the drawback is also apparent because now you have lots of redundant digits after whole numbers, and if you have multiple intersections, it becomes very messy and yeah, not enough space to display all of them. So what's a better workaround? Let me just go ahead and change this back to the original setting. All right, what's a better workaround? Well, we can actually select this x value at which the intersection occurs and store it into a variable by pressing control variable. We can name our variable, say k1, and now we can actually access this variable in our calculator page. Now if we type k1, it gives us the point here. And if we want more digits, we just press enter and it gives us lots of extra digits. Yeah. We can also go back and change this upper bound to k1 and it will provide us with a more accurate result, but in this case it doesn't really matter that much. That's basically it for the classic approach. And now I'm going to introduce the Nspirrree approach. I'm first going to delete everything here and just graph our f of x and g of x. As you guys might have noticed just now, when I'm pressing the menu and the analyze graph, there is actually a bounded area function here. And this function is very amazing because remember we have to find the intersections before separately and then integrate between them. Using this function, you can actually directly select this intersection point and then directly select the next intersection point. And yeah, look at this, and the result is out. It is very quick, much more efficient than the classic approach. This is very good for questions that doesn't require you to show steps. For example, if you're doing an MCQ, this gives you, this saves you lots of time. And that's basically it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.